Imagine soaring high above paradise. The vibrant greens of Hawaii's mountains and the sparkling blue of the Pacific Ocean laid out beneath you like a living map. For the passengers on a sightseeing helicopter, this dream view was their reality. But in an instant, that dream turned into a terrifying nightmare. This is the story of a routine scenic tour that ended in a catastrophic crash, and the incredible race against time to save lives in one of the world's most beautiful yet unforgiving landscapes. The day started like any other for a group of tourists eager to experience Hawaii from the air. They boarded the helicopter, excitement buzzing in the cabin as the rotors began to spin. Lifting off the ground, they were treated to breathtaking panoramas, lush valleys, cascading waterfalls, and dramatic coastlines that make Hawaii a top destination. The pilot, an experienced aviator, narrated the journey, pointing out landmarks as they glided through the sky. But then something went terribly wrong. Without warning, the familiar hum of the engine changed. A sudden, gut-wrenching lurch, a mechanical groan, and the helicopter began to lose altitude at an alarming rate. The pilot fought desperately to regain control, but the aircraft was unresponsive. Panic filled the cabin as the stunning scenery below rushed up to meet them. The impact was violent and devastating. The helicopter slammed into a remote, mountainous area, the sound of tearing metal echoing through the serene landscape. The world went silent for a moment, replaced by the ringing in the ears of those who survived. When consciousness returned, it was to a scene of utter chaos. The helicopter was a mangled wreck, twisted metal and shattered glass everywhere. Some passengers were trapped, pinned by the wreckage, their bodies battered and broken. They were alive, but they were horrifically injured, disoriented, and completely isolated. Surrounded by dense, inaccessible terrain, miles from the nearest road, their hope rested on a single faint signal. The helicopter was equipped with an emergency locator transmitter, a device designed to automatically activate upon impact. As the survivors fought to stay conscious, that small beacon began broadcasting a distress signal, a digital cry for help piercing the Hawaiian sky. Back at air traffic control and emergency dispatch centers, that signal lit up a screen. The sudden disappearance of a tour helicopter from radar, followed by an emergency beacon, triggered immediate alarm. A massive search and rescue operation was launched in seconds. Time was the enemy. With potentially severe injuries and the risk of the wreckage catching fire, every minute was critical. Rescue teams from multiple agencies were mobilized. Fire departments, paramedics, and specialized search and rescue units scrambled. But reaching the crash site was a monumental challenge. The terrain was too rugged for ground vehicles. The only way in was by air. Other helicopters, now on a mission of life and death, took to the skies, homing in on the emergency signal. From above, the search team scanned the dense jungle, a vast sea of green that could easily hide the downed aircraft. Finally, a pilot spotted it, a glint of metal, a scar of broken trees against the otherwise pristine landscape. The wreckage was located. Now, the most dangerous part of the mission began: the rescue. One by one, rescue helicopters navigated the treacherous winds and challenging topography to get as close as possible. Elite rescue specialists were lowered by hoist, descending from the sky into the heart of the disaster zone. They landed amidst the debris, their first priority to assess the situation and triage the victims. The scene that greeted them was grim. They found survivors trapped within the crumpled fuselage, many with life-threatening injuries. The rescuers, armed with hydraulic tools like the jaws of life, began the painstaking process of cutting through the helicopter's frame. It was a delicate and dangerous dance. They had to cut through twisted metal without causing further injury to the trapped passengers or destabilizing the wreckage. As each survivor was freed, paramedics on the scene provided immediate medical care. They worked quickly to stabilize injuries, control bleeding, and manage pain, turning the crash site into a makeshift emergency room. The sounds of the rescue, the whir of the helicopter blades above, the whine of the cutting tools, the calm, commanding voices of the first responders were a symphony of hope for the victims. With their injuries stabilized, the survivors were carefully packaged onto stretchers. One by one, they were hoisted up into the hovering rescue helicopters. It was a slow, meticulous process, each ascent a small victory against the odds. The airlift continued until every survivor was extracted from the wreckage and on their way to the nearest trauma center. The success of this rescue was a testament to the incredible bravery, skill, and coordination of everyone involved. It was a chain of survival, starting with the emergency beacon, continuing with the skilled pilots who located the site, and culminating in the heroic efforts of the rescuers on the ground. Their training, quick thinking, and unwavering determination in the face of immense danger saved lives that day. In the aftermath, the National Transportation Safety Board launched a full investigation. Investigators meticulously combed through the wreckage, analyzed flight data, and interviewed witnesses to piece together the final moments of the flight. Their goal was not to lay blame, but to understand the cause. Was it mechanical failure, pilot error, or something else entirely? The findings from these investigations are crucial. They lead to improved maintenance protocols, better pilot training, and enhanced safety features on aircraft, all designed to prevent a similar tragedy from ever happening again. The story of the Hawaii helicopter crash is a powerful reminder of the fragility of life, but it is also an inspiring example of human resilience and courage. It highlights the unseen heroes who run toward danger when everyone else is running away. From the dispatchers who took the first call to the medics who treated the wounded, their seamless teamwork turned a potential tragedy into a story of survival. This event shows us that even in paradise, disaster can strike. But it also shows that in those darkest moments, the best of humanity shines through. It is a tribute to the men and women of the emergency services who train relentlessly for days like this, hoping they never come, but ready to answer the call when they do. Thank you for watching. If you found this story of bravery and survival compelling, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into incredible real-life events. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.